Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk all about the favorite snack of the coronavirus is the lungs. So once the virus enters the body, it tries to get inside the lungs and feed on it. And the easiest way for the virus to enter our lungs is either our nose or our mouth. And that is why it is recommended that we protect these two no matter what happens to avoid the entry of the virus. Internally, our body has a protective layer called the mucous lining. This is like a gate which does not allow the entry of bacteria or virus. It either pushes out these or kills them completely and prevents our body from various infections and diseases. But in case of the coronavirus, the virus is very strong that it is not killed by the mucous lining. Instead, the virus destroys the mucous lining and passes its way and finally tries to enter the lungs. Once the virus reaches the lungs, again it sees there is a protective gate over there, the mucus layer. It completely rips apart the mucus layer and completely breaks off the gate and enters inside the lungs. And inside the lungs, the virus starts growing rapidly and it becomes large in number. Now, till here, our body's defense system, which is the immune system, does not detect anything that is an attack from external environment. But once the virus starts growing rapidly, the body recognizes that there is something abnormal happening inside, and immediately the defense system sends soldiers to that area to check what is happening and send signals if they need any weapons or not. The soldiers, also known as the immune cells, immediately rushes into the battlefield, which is our lungs, and then it encounters a coronavirus and it starts fighting against it. The virus over here is very strong and very tricky, as I told you before, because this virus, it goes and bites one of the soldiers and that soldier also starts acting as a coronavirus. So this is completely new for the body and it is very dangerous. So immediately very strong signals are sent to the defense system saying that this virus is pretty hard to be fought against and we need all the weapons possible, use up all the resources to come and kill this over here. So the immune system immediately sends all the weapons it has and it completely drains out all the resources to go and fight against the coronavirus. It uses up all the energy because this virus is very strong. And there are certain weapons in our body, there are certain soldiers in our body who are very aggressive. They do not differentiate between the coronavirus and our own body. So in the end, what happens during the war is our own cells are also being compromised. Like our own cells are also being damaged by our very own defense system. Eventually, in the end, the body's defense system has won the battle. So during the 14 days of quarantine period, this is what is happening. Your body's immune system is using up all the weapons and all the energy to go and fight against the virus. And by the end of the quarantine period, the virus is killed. So the 14 days is the time required for our system to fight against the virus. In certain special cases, like people who are elderly or having certain breathing problems or infection, they get inside the danger zone once they get affected by corona. As I told you, before the entry of coronavirus, our lungs had a protective layer, the gate, which did not allow the entry of bacteria or virus. But the coronavirus completely ripped apart this gate. Now there is no protection for the lungs. And there are bacteria which is always trying to get in. But the gate which protected it once before, now it is not there because of the virus. So this leads a way for the bacteria to enter inside the lungs and the bacteria starts causing infection. And most of the cases, it is because of pneumonia. This bacteria causes a pneumonia disease and it starts completely growing large in number once it enters inside the lungs. But our immune system, even if it detects the bacteria, it does not have the energy, it does not have the resources to go and fight against it because just now it has used up all of its energy and resources to fight against the virus. Now again there is a bacterial infection, the immune system is helpless, it cannot do anything, and in that case the bacteria completely takes over the lungs and it starts creating problems in breathing, and people are put in ventilators, and ventilators are like support for the breathing, and in certain cases even the ventilators do not work and people get affected by severe pneumonia and they die. The virus spreads through water droplets. When you're talking or when you breathing, sneezing, or coughing, even without your knowledge, the water droplets which might contain coronavirus is being traveled through the air and it might end up on a surface or another person's face or body. So that is why it is advised that we do not touch any wet surfaces or any surfaces. We have to sanitize our hands all the time. As I told you, protecting your nose and mouth is not just going to protect yourself, but also you're protecting everyone around you. So the next time you step out of the house, do not forget to wear your mask, check for your sanitizers, and stay safe.